Hey everyone, this is Jesse, and we're playing Value Vintage today, a format that follows the vintage ban list with a $30 budget limit. Today, I'll be playing through a league, 5 unknown decks emulating your normal Magic Online league. These players came from the Value Vintage Discord and are taking decks that they would consider for 1Ks. You can find a link to the Discord in the description. They share local events while also hosting online tournaments. Today's video is about a deck that I've played a little bit in the modern format and decided to port to VV. Blue Red Through the Breach is a combo control deck that revolves around casting Breach and putting Emrakul into play. Unfortunately, we don't get Emmy here, so we have to settle for Worldspine Wurm. Supporting Wurm is Ashen Rider, Gristlebrand, and Drakaseth. While most of these can't win off of a single Breach, we do have two supporting cards for the strategy, Vesuvan Drifter, and the restricted Flash. Flashing an Ashen Rider or Worldspine Wurm could sometimes be enough to win on their own. The sideboard has our staple Spell Pierces and Flame Slashes. I have a single Echoing Truth for problem permanence, as well as Buy Force for Affinity and Thopter Sword. Lantern is here for our Graveyard Hate, and the Inferno Titans are for low-to-the-ground decks, as well as a cheaper threat to cast against mid-range and control. If you're looking for value vintage content, please consider liking the video and following the account, and let's get into the games. All right, we have a match against Senna. We've played him multiple times on the channel. Good lord, we are going to mulligan this. This hand is a little awkward just because we don't have the island, but we are going to keep and bottom one of these Ash Barrens. So we can start out with Desolate Lighthouse and then cycle the Ash Barrens. Okay, so we have a once. So white plume. So this is probably just green-white initiative if I had to guess. That's pretty good for us, though. So if we're lucky, I wouldn't say lucky, but we'll be able to remand a play this turn, potentially pitching a Elvish Spirit Guide. There is a chance, since this is a Sun Petal Grove opening, that this is going to be land, remove Spirit Guide, and then White Plume. Okay, so that's not that bad for us then. Another remand. The one nice thing here is that we do have a threat to put in for Through the Breach. The unfortunate thing is Drakaseth is the weakest at closing out the game, but it does clean up a board in case they do put some threats into play. So this is probably the White Plume. We're going to try to keep this out of play for as long as we can. Okay, this is going to look odd, but we're actually going to tap down for Drifter. The reason we're doing this is because he can get the White Plume in play, and... oh my god, we should reveal that. I really want to. Essentially, the reason, though, is because next turn we can main phase, assuming this doesn't get swords, we can main phase the Brain Surge, put Drakaseth on top, potentially kill the White Plume, and deal some damage to him. So worst case scenario here is last card in hand. Well, not last card in hand, 6 cards in hand, but there's a Swords to Plowshares in hand. That would be the worst case scenario for us. If he does Swords our Drifter, we do have the other one on top. It looks like a Swords, yeah, so it has the Swords. Here still we're gonna play the Drifter. We're kind of in the same route for our plays, just because we don't like there's nothing else we can really do other than setting up this Brain Surge. Um, we could leave mana up for Remand, but with the initiative already online, we kind of need to be a little bit more proactive than that. The one thing that does kind of suck is that Drakaseth can't kill the White Plume. It can kill that White Plume, though. So we're going to go to 12. It has another swords. Okay. This is not good for us. At this point, I think the route is going to be play the land off the top, leave up Brain Surge and Remand. Most likely Brain Surging to find 5th land to go through the breach. Our line is more than likely Worldspine Worm would be really good for us to hit off of it because it leaves back blockers. Ashen Rider also would do it because it just cleans up both of the guys. We do have the Brain Surge here. So we gotta hide some of these cards. I don't think this is gonna do it though, so it's really unfortunate too because of the Temple. So I think we actually can just concede to just hide information. Because all we saw was Drifter. We're just going to concede here. Alright, so against Initiative, I'm going to bring in a bunch of board control tools. And then what are we taking out? So I don't actually I don't like this Inferno Titan. They get a little bit too big. Remand is good, Loose Focus is good. I'm kind of off the Drifter package here, but then that only gives us Flash and Through the Breach. Maybe Brain Surge is actually too slow. It does set up Drifter, but we do have Ponders and things to rearrange the top. And maybe it's just one Drifter. We just go like more late game here. We'll try this. This hand is bad, so we are gonna mulligan. We're gonna keep this. Keep. I don't think that's it. We don't need more than 2 lands. I don't think there's a turn 1 that we should be intimidated by. So now we'll wait, see what they do. The best play in the deck. I don't think we're revealing any information by playing this drifter here. Oh, okay, that's actually pretty crazy. All right, now we have a 15/15 world spawn. Oh shoot, we revealed the hand. Okay. I clicked too quick through, and I clicked on reveal the hand, so it knows we have flame slash, but that's not a huge deal. I don't think we changed anything with the board. Obviously, that was like the best start we could have, but um, I don't think I want anything else. This is like the worst art for this card, also, by the way. I mean, how do you not keep it? I think the only way we get got here is if there is a like turn two powered out elite spellbinder or anointed peacekeeper. And so we're actually just gonna start like this. Main reason is since we took out brain surges, the only three drops we have are the three drifters. So pretty low chance that we need them this turn. Okay, there's the peacekeeper. So this is definitely going on the flash. So flash is now 4 mana, which this isn't terrible because like we still have time. Ooh, so we can only get to 3 mana this turn. So I think we're going to tap down. We can just go Temple. Don't need more of those. Soaring is probably the best draw there. Oh, okay. It's interesting that Skyclave stayed in. I'm guessing it's just to fight the Drifter. So Flame Slash here also does it. It's not the end of the world. So we're going to go to 10. In what world do you think there's a mana tithe here? Because I don't know what this attack is otherwise. I'm kind of scared. Unless it's like multiple swords. If it's mana tithe, we lose. I'm so scared. I don't know. We're going for it though. So this is probably picking up a couple of our guys. Alright, so I'm blocking like this because he should have a swords, and I want the chump blocker from the 2/2. I don't care about Peacekeeper dying at this point because we already used the 1 of Flash. Good, so he wants to keep the Peacekeeper. I think that have trample. Yeah, it's just Vigilance. Let's see if he has any follow-up plays. It's a nice token. Ash Barons, we will cycle that. At this point, we are getting in with the Worm tokens. You know, I already forgot that I play a land this turn. I did, okay. Collected Company, okay, that's a little scary. Hmm. Well, lucky we're at 15. He can pick up one of the Worm tokens here. Double block, sack the Selfless Spirit. This token looks like it should fly. Yes, he's gonna do that play. Yep. We're gonna take it. We actually play defense with a Worm token now. Alright. Game plan now. Cast Drakaseth next turn. Hard cast. We play defensive. Honestly, we're live for any Through the Breach too. Through the Breach probably just wins it. Swords isn't terrible because we're going to gain 5 out of it. Plus, Swordsing the Worm means that it's not Swordsing our Drakaseth. We are just going to chump here, though. Save a little bit of damage. Man, the craziest part about this game was that we did the turn 2 flash. That's the craziest part. Okay. We are going to get to take the initiative, assuming there's no swords in hand. If there's a swords in hand, like, I don't know, we would have to draw, like, through the breach. Kind of flooding out a little bit here. I wonder if the last card's collected company. All right, we're at the mercy of the top deck. Oh my god. And he's going to take the initiative back, too. Jeez. All right, there's still a lot of live draws. Even hard casting like a dig through time at this point is like a world of like a world that we're in. Well, that's not going to do it. So we're going to go to 8. We can just cycle this Ash Barrens because we have no more Brain Surges in the deck. We're running light on lands too. All right, well, Flame Slash plays. Yeah, no counter magic this game so far. All right, so he's going to get to do the big thing. Okay, so we need to draw something this turn. There's still 2 cards in hand too. There's like a world where like that last card is just like the last Swords to Plowshares. All right. Hot runner. Jeez, man. God, that's crazy. All right, so we are going to concede because we will lose the gift. Ah, there it was. Oh my god. Oh, jeez. That's crazy. Well, GG's to Senna. That was a really close one. He did beat a turn two World Spine War in Flash, which is pretty insane. But GG's him. That was a really fun game. I'm sure watching it back is going to be crazy. All right, we have a match against Blitzer. I made the mistake last time of almost saying the other half of his name. Um, this hand is odd. So kind of too many world spawns. We are on the draw though, so like land brain surge is good, or if we just naturally hit land and then thing on top. I think since we have double lose focus, we're good. Okay, this is a little rough already. Okay, not so bad. Sorry, I'm checking my camera on my dog downstairs. I should pay better attention. Okay, so loaded the mana, which is interesting. We are going to ponder here. I almost want to shuffle this, just because we don't have a good way to get rid of these cards. I hope I did that right. I don't actually know if I've ever cast a ponder on Moto. If we draw Dracathseth or World Spine, I'm going to know that I did not do it right. I'll discard this World Spine, just because we don't really lose anything out of it. The only top deck, though, would be rough, would be if we drew Flash here. Okay, so we're going to go Sulfur and pass. We could still keep this Temple just in case we draw a Drifter. Really aggressive hand. A lot of rituals. Rack! Oh, no! Our opponents are doing cool stuff today. Okay, we will just counter this. How many cards is this for rack again? Okay, so 3. Okay, we have Drifter. Okay, so I have an odd feeling this Drifter will not live. I just fit. Ooh. Okay, so we will use the ability. This is probably good enough. Oh my god, we have the flash on top. Okay. Let's get rid of these. So the reason that I get rid of those is these are resets for the Drifter, and the Ash Barrens is also a reset. That is fine. You take a lose focus. We are not going to reveal the top. So let's do this temple. I guess this order was kind of wrong. Okay, through the breach off the top is still good, so. This does save us in case he has a way to remove. Alright, I think we're just getting rid of this temple. We could have loose focus there, but doesn't really do anything. I don't want to dig here just... Well, nah, I don't want to dig here. Alright, so we got there. Okay, against the rack, I think I am going to bring in these Spell Pierces. I think I want to bring in the Inferno Titan just because there is a chance we do just get to kind of cast it. Gristlebrand was insane. I don't know if I like Remand. That sounds odd, but Dragathus is actually bad here. Maybe it's just take out 3 Remands. Let's try this. These temples are so awkward, but I think we can keep it. Ooh. New card. So he's probably on Smallpox then. We have multiple ways to try to find this again. Okay. So we need to hit a land. Smallpox here probably just wins him the game. Okay. Not casting something, though. Okay. I really just want to play this Ash Barons. I know it looks so bad, but I think we need to. It's like a moment of weakness moment. It's like, get a load of this guy. Playing cards wrong. Funeral Charm? Oh no, he just gets to put the counter on, that's right. We'll try to remand this. We could just hard counter it, but I'd like to get another card deeper. I kind of like that, honestly. So this turn probably looks like lose focus's thing. Yeah, I kind of like that. Because worst comes to worst, if he does, like, really hammer our hand, then we have the ability to keep filtering. I'm so scared by this. Like, I don't know. So we will lose focus this. Ah, there it is. Do we need this lose focus anymore? I actually don't think we need the through the breach anymore, as odd as that sounds. We'll have the drifter. Let's do that. Oh my god, they have flying? That card's cool. Oh, no. Well, the plus side is the Through the Breach was not casting that anytime soon. We still also don't need to reveal it here either, just because this is a 2/4. So it's not like we really gain anything by showing that. Oh wow, coming in though. We're not going to attack. There's just no real reason to. We lose that race. We probably don't want him to have this, though. Oh. That's kind of rude. It's a good sequence of cards to have. Oh my god, that doesn't even enter on tap. That's right. So this turn is probably Cycle Lighthouse. Maybe we draw Flash. So we want to do this first. So I'm losing 2 cards here. Do I value Ashen? Do I value Worldspine Worm more than Ponder? Because Ponder lets me potentially look for. It lets me top deck a fatty and then maybe Flash. We're gonna do this. I think this is really our last turn we get. Because he's hitting us for 3, we go to 6, and then next turn he can just hit us for 6. I don't think we can beat the rack even. I think it... Jeez, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything that wins here. Let's start here. Okay, it's definitely none of these cards. Alright, so I don't want the Bifrost even though he has rack. I feel like I don't want anything else. Is there a card I want over this Remand? I don't think so. We're just gonna run it back. It's an interesting one. It's a cool one. I don't even remember how we won game one. Oh, it was the Gristlebrand. Draw 7. I think this hand's fine. We're really relying on drawing the third land in the first couple turns. But we have multiple 3-drops. We have the Spell Pierce for like an early ritual into him. We obviously have Dig Through Time. I love Bandit's Talent. I think this card's cool. There was a pause. I thought maybe we were getting ritualed. Ritual to pay for the Spell Pierce. That's not very good. This is going to be the turn we draw the Temple, and then it's really awkward. Rack here is okay. Oh, how much do I care about this Ash Barrens? I think we just play it. We drew half of our 3-drops this game already. Nothing. I'm terrified of the hand because nothing's happening. Plug both of these back. So I'm still terrified of what our opponent's doing, so I don't want to play a Drifter even though we have so many on top. I'd rather just leave up, lose focus, and Brain Surge again. All the mana. I wonder if he's on Mind Twist. Oh my god. Okay, hang on. All right, so we are just going to... We're going to lose focus that like crazy. Would that have even been that crazy? It would have been 2 cards. I sacrifice, what, like a land? Can get back Bandit Ritual. Sick. So depending on if he has the removal or not, we can do the Brain Surge play next turn. Okay, so he has it. I still don't feel like we're in that bad of a spot. There's only Aluris in hand. Can get back bandits. We're not taking damage off these racks yet. Okay, even better. So now we can... So now what we can actually do, depending on... Okay, so he can't even play the Lurrus. Oh, that's pretty sweet. So we can go... Oh, I'm kind of dumb. I guess it doesn't really matter that much. I think the better play was keeping the World Spine in hand. I forgot that we could make the land drop and flash. But can go Inferno, make that an Inferno Titan, hit him for 9. He goes to 10. Yeah. Because if I flash an Inferno, nothing happens. Yeah, this was a slight misplay because I could have flashed. All right, he's tapped out. We got to do it for the VOD. Boom. Boom. All right, so we got it there. Pretty sweet deck by Blitz. I think Pox is really good in the format. I have a black-white list I like myself just for swords. But sweet showing. Really, really, really am in love with Inferno Titan. All right, now we got a game against Trials. Trials is pretty active in the Discord, but I don't actually know. This hand's weird. I don't actually know what they play. I think I'm going to keep it just because it does have the Soul Ring. So while we're like a turn behind, if we scry an untapped land on the top, we want that on top. So now this next turn we can go land, Soul Ring, probably Drifter, depending on what he's got going on. Big Snow fan in this format. There's actually... I played this deck today, but there was a different deck that I was going to play that was Snow. So kind of cool to see that we're playing against it. We're just going to go for all upside here. So Ash Baron's on top. We do have Brain Surge. There's a world where our Drifter dies. If it does, kind of sucks, but we are so ahead on mana. Okay, so we will do... We do have a land drop, so we can leave Remand up. Let's put Temple Drakaseth back. So this takes him to 9. Up. We're going to Remand that. We're going to set a stop here just because we don't want to draw this Temple. So I do want to think here, though. Because he has the Coatl. So... Okay, we can do both. So we can go upkeep, cycle Ash Barons on basic island. Ooh, Ashen Rider off top. That's actually a pretty good draw. So we're going to make kind of the same play first. So we're going to Brain Search to see if we can draw another counter spell. Ooh, we found a Flash. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a little fancy with this. We're gonna put a little sauce on the pie. So we get 2 triggers. We're gonna go. Yep, cool, sweet, we got it. All right, so I think this is mid range. So we're gonna bring in these Titans. I don't know what else I want though. Is the thing because all we saw was probably Bug Snow. I don't think I want Spell Pierces. I think the game's gonna go a little bit longer than that. I don't see it being 4-color Snow. I think we do a split here. Coatl's pretty good in us, so Drifter's less good there. This is okay. I think this is fine. Cycle the Ash Barons on 1. See if we draw what kind of land we draw. Can remove the stop. Ooh. That's actually pretty good, because now we can do... It's not bad, but it's not as high impact here, and we actually need to draw maybe like a land here. So land here's good because now we have the ability to play a 3-drop without having to like snipe the land next turn, and if nothing happens, we can get rid of this Ash Barrens. This guy's got Ash Barrens for days. If I knew... I think that's fine. I don't think we need to, like, remand that or anything. No creatures, though, so... I do want to do this now. Kind of off these tap lands right now. Reason for that is we've a lot of things that we... Ooh, do I care about that? I don't think I care about that. Kind of exposing ourselves a little bit here, but that's fine. So it needs 5 mana to do the thing. 5 mana to grow it out of... Yeah, 5 mana to grow it out of Inferno Titan range. The nice thing is we have this dig through time. It's probably going to let us find one of the other threats. That's kind of smart by him because now I couldn't like flash or through the breach. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay. Um, I'm doing this first just to see what we hit off our dig, to see if like we have a play this turn or if we should just like try to tempo counter this. So he could dump two replicates, or he could. Okay, he's gonna let us have it. Eh. He's being really conservative about leveling this up, which is kind of cool. I don't want to through the breach here. I will ponder though. Main reason because we know he has to lose focus. Oh, okay, that's good. Whoa. That was almost bad. Oh my god, I did it! I did the thing! I did the thing I just talked about not doing. Alright, well that Ashen Rider is not there anymore. I don't know that we need it. It's probably overkill. Probably just pass with this. Alright, now we go. I'm listening to Cherokee by Europe a lot lately. It's not related to anything happening in the video, it's just kind of in my head right now. Cherokee. We also have 12 damage in hand with the Through the Breach Inferno Titan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it the upkeep? I mean, I feel like we just keep fighting over this. Like, making him use his mana. Oh, there's that Soul Ring. He has to lose focus, right? Like, we know he has to lose focus. I did this wrong. Storm counts 1. What is the splice on this? 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Oh, okay, we got it. So pretty sweet bug snow deck. Like I said, I have a 4-color one myself that I like. We had some pretty crazy draws against him. But that's really just the kind of the power of Through the Breach and Flash, honestly. But GG's the trials. Appreciate him coming on the channel for the first time. All right, now we have a match against Hadel. Hadel's a recurring character on the channel. This hand is really close. I think if we're on the draw, we would keep... Actually, you know what? It is still probably keeps me go Sulfur Falls. If we don't draw an untapped land, we can cycle for an island and ponder. And really, no matter what, we do just kind of need one of our top end creatures. Because even if we draw it, we can top it with Braid Surge after the Drifter. And then if something happens to the Drifter, we have it on top for the Through the Breach. So I think it's... We will not use Ponder's ability. Learning bit by bit. He may be trying to high tide us here. We're going to try to slam the Drifter and see what happens. 5 cards in hand. Not impossible for us to die to high tide, but it's also less likely. Yeah, this is probably high tide. Might get a commentary game where our opponent goes off and we just sit here going, okay, we'll figure it out. Okay, don't think we want that. So let's start by playing this temple. What's on the bottom? Okay, Ash Barrens. So the play I like here is cycling Ash Barrens. Okay. Did not find a threat. The one nice thing is that that's a temple on top, so we could make it for a land drop next turn if, assuming nothing bad happens to us here. High tide now. What if this is reset tide? If this is reset tide, that's pretty cool. So there's 2 mana floating, so here what we can do is we can cast with Replicate. So we can replicate it once. I think we're still in a good spot because now he's down to 3 cards. Okay, he has the Remand. So Remand on his reset. Gets to rebuild a little bit here. So Snap is obviously something we need to worry about here. We don't have to be zealous on this brain surge right now. Or overzealous, that is. So we're going to do this at the end of his turn. He shouldn't be able to try to go for the combo because he's on a reset variant. I'm not saying it's impossible, but... What the heck? So here I don't want to... I could have main phased that loot just to get a card deeper and see if I could... See if I could flip something. The nice thing now is that World Spine is just live for lethal. We will do this now. So I don't hate that. Still not gonna main phase loot. I guess we could. We don't lose out on too much here. I'm tapping in this way so that way if he high tides, I could use my islands. The secret text on Vesuvian Drifter is that it's just a 3-mana 2/4. Turnabout my lands. I have a feeling there's a turnabout. He's playing this very patiently, which is like totally fine. In this instance, we're not going to do the loot because now we have 3 pieces of counter magic. So now this is probably a turnabout. There's Ashen Rider, so... Oh my god, dude, these through the breaches. This is fine for him to have just because it doesn't... there's no high tide up. High tide with the Frantic Search up would be pretty scary. Or that in reverse. Frantic Search with high tide up would be pretty scary. The worst part about this Ashen Rider is it doesn't tag like lands very crazy. So we got rid of the reset, but he still has Turnabout. Gonna get rid of 2 of these Through the Breaches in my upkeep with this Ash Barrens. Sorry, I feel like I'm like not commentating this game at all. Ugh. We will ponder here. Dude, these Through the Breaches need to chill, bro. So we could have shuffled, but I do like just having this lose focus. So hand is unknown at this point. Here is where we are going to try to cast the Through the Breach. We're just gonna go World's Panorama. So we are gonna try to counter this. With 2 copies just to be safe. Reason we're doing this. Okay, we got it. Okay. Wow, we do not have a lot for High Tide. Um, yeah, I think it's just that. The 2 Drakaseth for the 2 Spell Pierce. Yeah. It is an interesting matchup. I think the biggest thing that's interesting to me is how many resets is he on? Because that card being in the mystery booster too is pretty cool, pretty interesting. I do like this hand. We're gonna keep. We're not going to Scryland on one because we want to be able to manipulate Drifter. Yep. He's on a Fressus build. Okay, so he's on Rad Storm. I'm going to keep playing Islands until I need to play the Sulphur Falls, just because um, High Tide makes our lose focus better. So this is a main phase impulse for a land. Um, I don't think we need to keep. I don't think we need to cycle that Ash Barrens. I think we can just wait. I don't want to just jam the Drifter because there's a good chance it just gets countered and or we die. We'll cycle it now. Okay, that's pretty good. Once again, we're playing a lot of our islands just so we can maximize on High Tides. Cunning Wish. I'm a little afraid of Cunning Wish. Let's see what he gets. So we got to be aware of Rad Storm. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I think it's just try to flash and a turn. Oof. So he's tapping 3 of our lands. Or 4 of our lands, I'm sorry. So if he High Tides, we get 1 counter spell. Interesting. Us getting a turn is huge considering our hand is like all counter magic. There's probably a turnabout for our creature. No, okay. Okay, well this is his turn. See, I think we just let him have these. Echoing Truth, okay. So we have 2 things to worry about. 1, us just dying. 2, Echoing Truth bouncing our only win condition right now. She's got 8 cards in hand. This is an interesting game. It's almost tempting to let the first High Tide resolve just because we have so many copies of Lose Focus. Yep. I think we'll get it here. We can just, yeah, we can just reset this. This should be a win. Nice. That's going to be the win. Won't waste any time. Just attack. GG's to Hadel. I really want to see his reset list. I think reset is a sweet adaptation of High Tide, but still literally just the power of Flash showed off in this match when you have World Spine Worm. But GG's to Hadel. All right, we got a match against Guthwine. First time playing on the channel. We are going to keep this. Mulligan, we take those. Faithless Looting, okay. So no companion. Could be just Delirium, red-green Delirium. What in the world is happening to me? We are going to start with a Ponder. So not a bad start. We have Counterspell for next turn into Drifter. Red-black something. Oh, wait, I might have seen this deck. I think this deck is... Okay, we're losing our Drifter. I think this deck is like red-black. Shoot. It's like Unearth, but it plays the... What the heck is that? Thunderkin Awakener. I feel like I saw this deck in the Discord the one day. So he might go to jam something here since he knows we like don't have anything in hand. He thinks we just have lands and through the breaches. Yep. My kingdom for a creature off the top. I actually don't know why I asked for that. It's not like we had anything that works with it. We do have land with these through the breaches, which is kind of nice. And then this dig through time is going to be online after we get clocked by this lightning skelemental. What is this? 4 mana. Okay. We do need to try to like find something. These are gross. The thing that kind of sucks too is we don't have. We did hit a counter spell. So we're gonna temple here to bottom that other through the breach. So if he goes for Skelemental, we can counter it. And then still any large creature off the top gets us there. Okay, there's a looting. Card quantity this game has been like really high. Been able to like stay up on resources. Fury, good lord. Good lord. Alright, we do just want to counter this, so I mean, we don't hate drawing counter spells, that's for sure. That's fine. We will counter this. Drakaseth is fine, and then I think we take the Remand. And then these can be any order. So we could smack him for 11. I'm a little nervous, though. We could wait a turn. We have this Brain Surge. We could Brain Surge now. I think we can wait a turn. I'm gonna Brain Surge now. One of the reason I was doing that is because if we find like Flash World Spineworm, it's pretty crazy. And then no matter anything else he does this turn, we should be fine. Because he wants to flashback looting, that's fine. He can have that. Yep. The thing that's a little concerning that I don't like is like with Skelementals in the yard, we could just die to like okay, World Spineworm is great off the top. So here. So this is better than the Dracathseth line because we get the hit for 5. We'll sack our World Spine, get the triggers, and now we have blockers. And no matter what, we could literally chump with everything if we wanted to, just because we have the Dracathseth in hand. Still have access to lose focus, which is not very good here, but we do have remand. This have trample? Man, it has trample too. No wonder people love this card. All right, we got that one. A little scary, to be honest with you. All right, so I don't want Flame Slash just because everything comes in and dies. I don't know how I feel about Echoing Truth for kind of the same reason. Everything just has haste. So what's the cut, I guess? Could cut Brain Surges. Brain Surges felt kind of good, though. Maybe it's 2 Dracathseth, 2 Brain Surge. Reason for Dracathseth is it needs to attack, and his elementals will typically try to sacrifice themselves if he's doing the ball lightning stuff. We'll try this, see how we like it. Could bring in Spell Pierce, but he could just go like Faithless Looting, Thunderkin. So here's why I like this. I like this because we can go Island, Mountain, Island, Psycho Ash Barrens for Mountain, have Remand up, have Drifter up. Drawing one of our 2 Brain Surges, puts this on top, drawing a Flash. Just playing a little bit of a longer game. Could find it through the breach. Probably the Remand. Yep. The awkward thing about the counterspells this game too is that he has Death, and he probably has Unearth. We didn't see it game 1. Duress, jeez. Probably the lose focus. Could be dig through time. This World Spine Worm is so good. It's on 1 land, I didn't even notice. We're just gonna slam the Drifter here. Mainly just because of upside of if it lives, we have the Ponder too, we might be able to reset the top. With the Brain Surge too, actually. We have a lot of looks. Also, I am just dumb because Brain Surge put World Spine on top. Is this a Thunderkin? Maybe a Grab the Prize? Recycling for a land. We're really fortunate this game that the start was kind of slow. There was some interaction, but without really having pressure, we're in a good spot. Oh boy. So this is actually good because we can go World Spine and then World Spine. Worm. So he could have some here. Fortunately for us, even if he does, we'll have the worm on top. So we can through the breach. I want to make this a worm again. I'm not going to BM and pretend that we pondered one on top. Alright, kind of unfortunate. They ended up keeping a one-lander there, double discard. Our hands were pretty strong. We were able to set up our 1-2 combo with limited interruption that match. But GG's to Guthwine. Appreciate coming on to the channel for the first time. To end the video, our final record was 4-1, beating the Rack, Bug Snow, Reset Tide, and Skelementals while losing the Green-White Initiative. This was so close to being a 5-0 league, which is crazy. We had some really powerful turns in this league, and we were able to showcase some of the restricted cards on the vintage BNR list. At first, I thought the deck may not have the speed or power to compete with some of the decks in the format, but we were able to play pretty competitive in all of our matches today. If you liked the video or have something you wanted to share about the league, the recording, or the gameplay, please let me know below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.